Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon.
Hello.
We're still in the prologue chapters, and now we get to see the countryside. Thus, Prismus escaped Atia Castle, with Sir Jagan and company at his side. However, the success
Jagan or Yagan?
would mean little to him once he learned the cost. The boy's woes were just beginning.
Dun, dun,
We didn't
dun.
see the text overlapping that time. I guess that was just a bug with Prologue 1? I don't know. Hey, Kane.
Did that before either, so weird.
There's a reason you returned. What? Last words. You mean father? Well, no shit.
Usually
Grah.
what deliver last words is they're dead.
Oh no, the blade falchion, which is not a curved sword, it is straight. Kind of strange.
It's the Japanese. He must rise now where I have fallen. He must be great.
Father, I will try.
As you can see, Kane is the melodramatic of the pair, which is not saying much considering this is a Fire Emblem game. Everybody has their own go at melodrama.
Yeah, everyone has their own problems. Visit these homes outside the castle. Okay, sure.
Your countrymen love you, so this is obviously not an accurate representation of medieval times.
Game, we already figured that out. Alright, so we need to head over there to escape. Yeah, that's one. Every single chapter in this game are a siege chapter, so you just go to the end of the chapter in siege, and then that's it.
Kind of a lack of creativity, but I guess you work with what you're good at. Poor Marth must feel left out. Everybody else has a horse except him.
Yeah, and the sad thing is that Mouth is the only character that can visit villages, which is a way you get items and or characters. And
Which means Marth is doing a lot of walking all game long.
It's very easy to, it's very easy to not use Mouth that much in this game.
Which I guess makes sense, because how often does the leader actually go out guns blazing or, well, swords swinging?
Unless you played Generation 1 of FE4, then you know that the Lord of Part 1 is like the best, second best character of that part of the game.
Or you've played Path of Radiance with only Ike. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that's a strange story. So one time he and I were playing Path of Radiance. Ooh, strength speed. We were playing Path of Radiance, and we were on hard mode, and we decided that we didn't want to finish the game quite yet, and so we decided to just play the last chapter of the game. And with just Ike, because we just wanted to, because we didn't feel like finishing the game that day. And we ended up beating the game because Ike just would not die. He kept A3'ing himself to get more HP.
For those unfamiliar, his special move that he picks up at the end of the game lets him hit for something like triple damage and heals him for half his HP every time it triggers, which, if he got some good level ups, is basically every single fight.
Yeah.
But back to Shadow Dragon.
Which was the only way to get one of the special characters of that game.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
I forget, does this game have arenas?
Yeah, this game has arenas, but we're not going to see them for a while.
Oh. And let's not save Scum, as much fun as that is.
Oh no, yeah, we're not going to be arena abusing in this game. On normal, this game is too easy to be doing that.
Level 2, skill and speed, no strength. That's actually a little unusual. Frey has, of the three that you start the game with, Frey has some of the best growths of any of the Cavaliers. I guess he's tied with the average for strength, but...
Yeah. Frey's honestly pretty damn good in this game, honestly. There's nothing.
Unfortunately, he's only available if you do the easy or normal.
Yeah, normal mode. He's not available in hard mode or higher. Like, he would come in handy in like in the higher difficulties of this game, but he's just unavailable.
Which is probably purposeful.
Well, it's to keep the game as faithful to the original as possible, but saying that, why don't every character's stat caps at 20? Like, that would be totally authentic.
The problem with everybody's stat capping at 20 is you mentioned some
last
of these
part, yeah.
specialized, I think it was between parts, some of the specialized characters feel a little bit left out when everybody has great growths. You can end up with a collection of indestructible death dealers at the end, no matter
critical.
what their class. Very
2%
nice.
critical.
It wasn't the most spectacular. Some of the Fire Emblem games have very glitzy crit animations.
I honestly like the crit animation in this game. I do not like the crit animation on the GBA games. It's just,
Over the top.
yeah, they're just way too over the top, and the older I'm getting, the more I don't really like anime. So it's like very anime heavy
Yes.
in its fighting style. I
also
prefer
runs
the
into-
ground to earth style that this game has, and FE 3 through 5.
It also gets old because by the end of the game, some of your swordsmen can crit a good quarter to a third of the time.
Oh
And
yes.
You're going to be fighting, 15 battles over the course. You're going to see a lot of crit animations. Like, jumping up in the air, grabbing your sword, and stabbing somebody gets old the 50th time you've seen it.
Yeah, it also drags out the game if you have animations on, which I like having animations on. I think it adds to the game and makes it more fun to watch and play myself personally.
And as you can see, we're broadcasting them for your enjoyment.
Oh,
as well,
and
because come on, who doesn't like having axes thrown through the torso of a horse?
And as you saw, Mouth was talking about mages, and so that's what these guys are. So in Shadow Dragon, basically most characters, they have like 0%, I believe, res growth. So mages hurt a lot in this game. So that's something to be aware of, that mages can easily kill you. Unless you are a mage or a Pegasus unit, then you're probably fine.
And that becomes much more relevant later when you get the mages
dodge.
who have the half map ranged spells. Level up. Reasonable.
Oh, you can't kill him? I guess I'm gonna have Dragon, a man, kill him.
Wasted experience.
Well, I don't want him to just live there. And I might as well, because Dragon, he needs a few petty kills every now and then.
Make him feel useful.
I mean, he's a fan favorite.
Such a fan favorite that he had a whole slew of bad characters named after himself.
They weren't named after him, they were just like, hey, he's
Archetyped after him?
Jagan-like. They just
Yeah.
called him the new Jagan of the game. What
Yeah,
does
I
this
just
house have to
noticed-
say?
In addition to already being classed up, Jagan has some of the worst growths, especially out of your first 5 characters. He is far and away the worst, the least likely to be a good character.
Yeah, just look at this. He's already class changed, and like Abel is almost as good as him right now. I mean, they have the only thing different
Identical stats,
is-
skill, and 1 luck.
is that the paladin base stats, they have 6 res, so that's why he has 6 res, and Abel has 1 more luck, and Jagan has 1 more skill. Other than that, they're pretty much the same. Though that's why Jagan is not good.
Poor Jagan. All he wanted to do was help.
I mean, he's a lot more useful in the early games because of weapon level, which is thankfully
yeah.
they got rid of.
Oh, and playing this on one of the more abusive difficulty levels, it suddenly becomes much more necessary to have a damage-soaking thickie like Jagan around. Kill him. Kill him
Wait.
dead.
Oh, you can't kill him this turn. Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave that mage over there and just think about his future.
Fireball to the face. Marth doesn't even flinch.
Proceed to the next chapter.
And the princess is going off doing her own thing, which is nice. A lot of Japanese games tend to belittle the roles of princesses, but this one has a nice, useful one.
Actually, the princess is getting captured. I believe.
Shh.
Yeah, she just got captured, I believe.
I was trying to pretend this was a progressive interpretation of the... Yeah, it's basically Japan.
Well, just look at Mario. Like, Princess Peach has to get rescued in almost every Mario game, except for a handful.
Except for the ones where they go play tennis or beat each other up in the worst board game devised by man.
Alright, see you guys next time for Let's Play Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon.